You want to support Roland Martin Unfiltered? Be sure to join our Bring the Funk fan club. Every dollar that you give to us supports our daily digital show. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real. As Roland Martin Unfiltered. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered daily digital show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. You can make this possible. Let's talk about the House of Representatives, folks, passing the Comprehensive Credit Act of 2020, which, among other things, will make it easier to fix mistakes in credit reports, improve free annual credit reports, restrict the use of credit report for employment purposes, and limit the reporting of medical debt. It will also give struggling private student loan borrowers a chance to rehabilitate their credit. The bill was introduced by Congresswoman Ayanna Pressley of Massachusetts, and here's her talking about it.
In this country, our credit reports are our reputations, determining where you can live, where you can work, and how much it will cost you to finance everything from a car to a college degree. But our credit reporting system is fundamentally flawed, rife with inequities and disparities that stifle the upward mobility of millions of hardworking Americans. I am proud to rise in support of my comprehensive credit reporting enhancement, disclosure, innovation, and transparency, or the Comprehensive Credit Act, a critical package of reforms that will improve our fundamentally flawed credit reporting system. How and what information is shared with credit reporting agencies is especially important as Americans take on ever-increasing debts simply for trying to afford basic needs, housing, health care, and higher education. Trailing only mortgages, student loan debt is now the second highest form of consumer debt, impacting nearly 1/5 of U.S. households and totaling over $1.6 trillion. That's trillion with a T. In my home state of Massachusetts alone, over 855,000 borrowers owe a total of $33.3 billion in student loan debt. That's why I'm especially proud the Comprehensive Credit Act includes reforms originally introduced in my Student Borrower Credit Improvement Act, reforms that would establish a credit rehabilitation process for private student loan borrowers facing hardship, making students eligible to have all associated derogatory remarks removed from their credit reports, which can otherwise stay on for 7 years. Even if we wipe out all student debt tomorrow, the devastating impact on consumers' credit would remain for years to come. For that very reason, we must give folks a real chance at recovery and repair. It is estimated that 1 in 5 Americans has a potential error on their credit report. But for too long, credit reporting agencies have kept consumers in the dark and made it difficult to correct errors that do come to light. The Comprehensive Credit Act will ensure that consumers can quickly and easily rectify those errors. At a time when wages are stagnant, but the cost of housing, childcare, and education continue to rise, we should be working to provide our constituents pathways to financial stability and to success. It is why this bill would restrict the use of credit scores for most hiring decisions, limit the amount of time that adverse information can remain on a person's credit profile, and ban the reporting of any debt as a result of medically necessary procedures. I urge my colleagues to support the Comprehensive Credit Act and to ensure a more equitable and transparent credit reporting system for all.
Mel, like this now goes to the U.S. Senate. I have no confidence that Mitch McConnell is going to pick this up. Republicans were extremely anti the Consumer Financial Protection Bill, and so I doubt very seriously we'll see them do anything when it comes to this bill.
I don't know that. We don't know that. There are things about it that I definitely like. I don't think that it's a bad.
They got a history on this one.
Okay, well, it hasn't gone to the Senate yet. This is the same Senate that passed criminal justice reform that people probably wouldn't have thought that they passed. So
no, this is the same Senate. This is the same Senate where Democrats have passed about 400 bills that have not been taken up at all.
Well, because you're smart. Because although your audience may not be, you're smart enough to know how this works, Roland.
Let me finish.
Roland, let's not be politically disingenuous here.
No. Actually, including bills that was passed to put money to protect the integrity of the elections in November.
Well,
that bill has gone nowhere.
Let's not be disingenuous here. You, as well as me, and
no,
and
I'm
probably
not being disingenuous.
Well, Roland,
I'm stating
okay.
things that actually should be bipartisan.
Okay.
But Mitch McConnell will not bring it up.
Absolutely. Well, let me explain to you how this normally works, then, since you seem as if you don't know now. How this normally works is that the House can pass 1,000 bills, and they can say that they pass 1,000 bills, and we know that there's another process there, which is the Senate. So the notion that they pass bills that they know that the Senate may not take up at all is, yeah, it actually helps them with their numbers and saying we pass X number of bills,
and that
would be the case, and that would be the case, Roland, whether or not there was a House controlled by Democrats or Republicans. That's how the process works, Roland, and you know that.
Here's what I know, Kelly.
You know how
the Republican Party was absolutely against the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. What I know as a fact, Kelly, that Mick Mulvaney, when Donald Trump put him over that, gutted the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, which actually, under President Obama, saved taxpayers about $12 billion. We know as a fact, Kelly, that Mick Mulvaney and the Trump administration allowed predatory lenders to do whatever they want, allowed payday lenders, stripped all of those different provisions. And so, yes, Kelly, I have absolutely no confidence that Mitch McConnell and the Republican Party in the Senate would do anything when it comes to this credit protection bill that was passed and led by Congresswoman Ayanna Pressley and passed in the House.
Anyway,
Kelly, go ahead.
Kelly,
go ahead. Actually, that's not true.
Well, no, you've already said on your show that there's nothing that this administration or Republicans have done. This is what you said on your show. And we can pull the records on that, but this is what you said.
Kelly, go ahead. Melik, Kelly's not going to respond. Kelly, go ahead.
So I understand your vote of no confidence. I can't, say that I disagree with you, just given their track record. I applaud Congressman Pressley, given everything that she's going through to honestly just do her job as if nothing's happening. What she's going through right now is very personal, and it is definitely in the spotlight over her job. So I feel like just pushing through, doing her job, and actually introducing said legislation to the floor, that's highly commendable, and I just feel like we should applaud that. Knowing what, just based off of patterned behavior, I'm not going to say that I know exactly what's going to happen, but just based off of patterned behavior, it does not look like the Senate is going to do anything with this bill, especially when, like you said, what the Trump administration has done to basically dismantle and gut anything regarding consumer protection. So while I don't necessarily think it's every single Republican, but like we have established earlier in this show, the Republicans are kind of a united front, whether or not individual Republicans agree. They just need to act like they're a united front. So with this bill, I think as a united front, especially on the Senate side, nothing's necessarily going to be done with this bill. And it's unfortunate because it not only helps, people who support Ayanna Pressley, it helps people who support the Republican Party as well. And if they would just, stop... operating on party lines as if one's evil and one's good, we would actually
That's what we do all the time on this show. One's evil, one's good. Republicans are evil and Democrats are good.
But that's not
this happens all the time on this show.
See, this is where you're a liar, Melik. This is where you're a liar. Let me state this for people
the
who are
fact
watching.
that you would even call anybody a liar, as many lies as you told on your own show, and your people in your comment section, your followers are going to believe it. If you stood on K Street and shot someone, your people would believe you. So if you're going to call somebody a liar, I have many instances, Roland, where you have lied to your audience.
I'm talking.
You have lied.
L-I-E-D. Let me say this for all of Melik, you support a liar, and you're going to vote for a liar, Donald Trump. You're a liar.
You lied.
Let me state this here, folks.
Many different times.
Let me state this very clearly. Let me state this very clearly, folks. Here are some bipartisan bills. Here are some bipartisan bills. Melik, I'm talking now. Here are some bipartisan bills. Here's some bipartisan bills that have passed in the House. Okay? First, net neutrality. Bipartisan bill passed in the House. Equal Pay Act. Bipartisan bill passed in the House. Okay? A simple authorization of the Violence Against Women's Act. Real simple. Bipartisan. Those bills have gone nowhere in the Senate. To all the folks who are watching, as I said, it's a graveyard over in the Senate. All Mitch McConnell cares about are federal judicial appointments, and they're bipartisan bills he won't even touch. So I have no hope that Republicans in the Senate are going to take up this credit bill by Congresswoman Ayanna Pressley. All right, folks, back to our Roland Martin Unfiltered video in just one moment. All right, folks, join Dr. Jackie Hood Martin as she engages others to think like a leader. Are you looking to enhance your leadership or that of your team in 2020? Well, join her newest online course and mastermind group, How Successful People Think. She will be your guide as you learn timeless leadership principles to apply to daily living. The offer expires on February 28th. Register or start the online course today by going to www.live2lead.com/Leesburg. That's www.live2lead.com/LEESBURG. Now back to your Roland Martin Unfiltered video. You want to check out Roland Martin Unfiltered? YouTube.com/Roland S. Martin. And subscribe to our YouTube channel. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real. It's Roland Martin Unfiltered. See that name right there? Roland Martin Unfiltered. Like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/Roland S. Martin. And don't forget to turn on your notifications so when we go live, you'll know it.